everybody, to this week's Tastebook selection. We Need to Talk by Celeste Headlee. Celeste is a professional conversationalist. Part one is all about conversation as a survival skill, good conversations, bad conversations, and how some conversations are harder than others. Then part two, the second half of the book, the other half of the book is all about advice. Some conversations are harder than others. Here's an example. A blonde woman sitting across from me asked about the book, and we started talking. She tells me she grew up in an all-white town. She says she remembered when a Mexican family moved in, and the people were awful to them. Cashiers at the grocery store wouldn't look at them or speak to them. They would just woodenly ring up their items and wait in silence for the family to pay. That's a chapter about some conversations are harder than others. And what's remarkable about that particular vignette is that it tells about the magic of apology. A big part of this book is that real conversations gives other people a turn, right? We give other people a turn. We don't constantly come back to inside ourselves all the time. We try to move away from what we're familiar with and what we're comfortable with. And there are a couple of things in here that are sort of counterintuitive. One is we often tell our own story as a form of empathy. But I think a lot of it has to do with how we're doing it and whether that kind of empathy is actually welcome, giving someone else a turn. And I almost feel like that's a really interesting take on tshuva. Giving somebody else a turn might mean giving somebody an opportunity to turn.